transitioning as a coach, it's a little bit smoother than I thought it would be. You're still able to be competitive in a similar way, but it's, kind of translating that from the personal to the more just passing some of that experience on to the athletes. And I think we have a really talented group of kids, and every year it builds on each other. So I think the success I had as an athlete has led to us getting a higher caliber of athlete every year. So in a way, we feed off of the success that I've had in the past to the group that we have now, and so yeah, it's a really rewarding experience to relate it from being an athlete to being a coach. Spectacular. We've had a really, especially in the cross country and distance track running side, I can say we've had a really awesome class. We have two local girls who were the best in their district from Northside, so that's Sierra Ramirez from Stevens High School, and then Jasmine Hernandez from Harlan High School. Both of them top of their district and moved on to the regional race in cross country. And then for our boys, we have too many for me to just rattle off their names, but several of them state qualifiers in cross country, state qualifiers in track and field. So we're bringing in a very talented group this coming fall. It's been huge, just having somebody there so that the kids not only feel like they have a bigger staff behind them, but just to know that there's another hand there and another person. We're all different and our personalities are different, and sometimes we need a little bit of balance. And so I'm a pretty even keel guy, and sometimes Brett can get a little bit more excited. So a lot of the times it's really good to have both of those type of people. So I think it's been huge for just the culture of our program to have a balance of different types of coaching. So in cross country, our goal is to have at least one All-American as an individual, and to finish within the top 10 at the national meet. And I'd say those are our goals, and I don't mean to, have any type of arrogance, but it's one of the things I expect for us to go out and win the conference meet so that we can move on to that national meet. We've had a string of conference wins, and so I want to continue that tradition, and then I want to, take a little bit more as we get to the national meet. And I think we have the group to do it as a team, to be in the top 10, and we have some standouts who can go out and chase that All-American for the individual title. Leadership, definitely. We don't have a lot of upperclassmen, but like Jose and Nate would be two of our only, and they're doing just a wonderful job in, even if it's just through like communication with their teammates over the summer to make sure and everyone's getting in their training. They're really taking care of it. They're showing a level of focus and dedication even through these months of training where they're, only a few of them or maybe just them by themselves. A level that you would expect from somebody who's ready to compete at that high, like national level. So they've just brought so much leadership and focus this coming year. So I'm excited to not have to do all that on my own, to where the team is now self-regulating, and it's incredible. I think that's a really good sign of coaching. Antonio's like, I always considered him like the heart and soul of the team. So he's one of those guys where it's like, he can get everybody going because he's the hardest worker. He's putting in, a little bit more than everybody else, and it's just, that's the nature of him, like as an athlete. And so I've always considered us very lucky to have somebody like that, because he pushes, the guys in front of him and the guys behind him always. He's just a great teammate and just a great example of what hard work really is when it comes to like distance running and cross country. And then Isaac will be coming in as a junior. I believe this will be his last year because of his graduation plan. And so, I wish I had more time with him. Very talented, definitely somebody who could be, on any given day, the number one runner. Very, very talented, and another guy who just really can put his head down and work. So we don't really have any guys who are lacking in that area of doing work, and I think that's because the older guys came in and set a tone, which is like, we're going to go do what we need to do, and Isaac and Tony are a huge part of that culture. Nadia right now is running on a different level, on something that, and I don't mean to jinx anyone so early, but I would be not surprised at all to see her in the top 20 at the national meet. She's running ridiculously well over the summer. And another kid who, when I first got here, seemed a little distracted, had a lot of things going on, but has able to become focused, has rededicated herself to a sport, and I think just had a little bit more fun. So I'm really excited at what she's going to do this year, because I think it's going to be, there might be some resetting of records and things like that. She's running incredibly well right now, so I hope I can keep her healthy and put her in a situation to succeed. An excellent group of athletes. I think every single one of them was able to improve in the very short time I got to spend with them last year. I didn't get that build up, I didn't get to set their summer training, but during the time that I was there as a team, everyone bought in. And so I'm really excited to watch them grow and progress together. They're kind of all in similar places as far as their development goes, so watching them feed off of each other and just improve as a big collective. I think we have a very competitive team all the way down. So they're going to be able to do what needs to be done and hopefully defend their team title in the conference, and then go and pursue that higher finish at the national meet that we're really looking for. So it's new. It's new in that it's a collaboration with Holy Cross High School. So we will be hosting a meet that has a high school JV, high school varsity, and then the college race. And it's not in that order, I think it's college first actually. But we're really excited to work together with Holy Cross. A lot of things will be happening in the next coming months where it's a collaboration between us and Holy Cross. Building that, this was, I think, crucial to building that relationship and, you know, developing a partnership with Holy Cross and being able to host a meet for us and them and support each other as Catholic institutions on the West Side. It's just something that I think is absolutely critical to, you know, building a culture around track and field and cross country on this side of town. And I think the more exciting and the more fun we make these things for everybody, it'll just be, you know, we'll be able to build a small legacy here. So I'm ecstatic for that meet. It's the first time I get to host something like that, and to do it with them is special. In conference, we'll have Huston Tilston, we'll have Xavier, Louisiana, southwest of New Mexico, and we'll have Jarvis Christian College and Wiley. Our competition is a really big question mark right now, because not a lot of them ran cross country last year. So I'm approaching this as everyone is going to be just as competitive as us, so we need to be at the top of our game. So that's kind of how I'm approaching it, and I anticipate, you know, at least one or two of them will come with at least, you know, a few individual athletes or maybe even a whole team. So I want to be prepared as if we're racing against one of the top teams in the state. So it's absolutely huge. It's one of the things that I made a personal goal for myself as a coach when I came here. I want to be able to graduate, you know, at least 80% or more of my athletes who come in. I know that, you know, there's been turnover issues before, and I don't want that to continue. I want to be able to support every athlete in a way that will help them get their degree and move on and be successful in life. And the other part of it is, you know, especially in the recruiting process and just reminding kids while they're here, is that I like coaching and I don't like babysitting. So I want every athlete to come in and be responsible for themselves and be academically strong, so that I can focus on making you a better athlete, and we don't have to worry about those type of things because you're taking care of business in the classroom. So, you know, being able to be an academically strong student just helps us, you know, to where we don't have to at the last minute dedicate a whole bunch of time and focus away from your training, so we can have good balance. So it's crucial. If you're going to have a successful season, it probably starts in the classroom. As far as I know, I think spectators will be allowed at most of the meets. Fans who are coming out, at least to our meets, you know, I'd love for you guys to come out. We're going to try to do our best to make it an environment that's a little bit more than running. We want to have, you know, some food there. Hopefully we have some speakers and some music. I'd like to just make cross country into an event to where it's more spectator friendly. So come out there. We're going to have some really talented runners, and I think, you know, being able to be out there in that environment, you get more into it once you're there. It's one of those things where when you're there, the electricity of the whole thing and watching a race come down on the wire is just very exciting. So come out and watch some Saints kick some butt.